Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the flaming hot grilled cheese burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime!
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
How's your day going?
Going good. Thank you again.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Hey Bronco Nation, this is Shannon Keegren with Boise State Softball. Summer in Idaho is the best time of year. Rodeos, camping trips, and the hikes that end in views you'll never forget. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're here to get you there. With a team known for incredible customer service, the best new and pre-owned inventory, and a commitment to making your experience easy, friendly, and fast. But here's the best part. Every purchase here helps support Boise State athletics through their NIL partnerships and athletic sponsorships. See you soon at Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, RoadPaint.com, and the Blue and Orange Store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
What's up, Bronco Nation? How we doing? Happy Tuesday, August 4th. It's 9:03 a.m. Mountain Time, and we appreciate all of you for joining us here on Bronco Nation News. BroncoNationNews.com. We are in the Sun Cruiser Studios. Grab a Sun Cruiser, whether it's those lemonade vodkas, iced tea, vodkas next time you're hitting the pool or hitting the golf course. And, of course, when you need that new or pre-owned vehicle, our title sponsor is Jim Sturk, Lithia Ford of Boise. Last day, folks. We have made it. The last day before officially starting Boise State football fall camp. This time tomorrow, we'll be broadcasting live from the parking lot down at Boise State, getting you set for the first practice of fall camp. That's right. The Broncos will be back on the practice field tomorrow. Practice number 1. We got the new Starlink internet, so we'll be live down at Boise State, hopefully giving you a nice broadcast to get you ready for camp. And excited for that. And excited for our coverage here this year. By the way, 60% off right now. Fall camp special. The folks at 24/7 Sports did it again, folks. 60% off. We're going to have folks at every practice, highlights, interviews, our VIP thoughts on practice, who stood out. We're going to put that in the VIP message boards. So if you're wanting to get on board with fall camp, now is the time. We have someone here asking about the Paramount Plus subscription. Thank you for that. Just go to our message boards, or you can email me as well. But if you're a VIP member, go to the VIP message boards, and I have a post linked on there at the top on how to sign up your Paramount Plus subscription. So appreciate you. And yes, good job canceling the other one. I think you need to just relink it with a new email address, but go to the VIP message boards, and you can click on the top post there, which I think is about how to link your subscription with Paramount Plus. And you can email me, Rains, RAINS, at BroncoNationNews.com, and I can help you out if you can't figure it out. But a lot to get to on today's show. But again, 60% off right now, BroncoNationNews.com. Would love to have you sign up today so you don't miss any of our coverage, starting with fall camp tomorrow. Spencer Danielson met with the media yesterday. Ton of stuff to get to from his pre-camp press conference, some news, some notes, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll do it with our man Jay Tust, Bronco Studios. Jay joins us live here on BNN. And Jay, great show yesterday. Bronco Studios back at it Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Folks can watch that on the Boise State Athletics YouTube channel. But Jay, first press conference in the new media room yesterday, and still working on the white balance with the BNN cameras. Looked a little purple, not blue, but it was a fun day over there. Jay Tust, photo credit on this photo. But it was fun getting back over there and getting in the new recruiting lounge and hearing from Spencer and kicking things off yesterday, Jay. Oh, you're muted, Jay. Still muted. There you go.
I got you. Did I undersell or oversell the new press conference area?
It's nice. I mean, it's very nice. The lights are nice. Everything's great except, like I said, the screen there is so high tech. They just got to make sure it works on our crappy BNN cameras. But the actual room itself and what it's going to do for the interviews moving forward here, and I mean the bigger story is the door right there on the right. They basically just want us nowhere near the actual facility or the players or the coaches, so they just built us a room on the side, a side door to walk in, do our interviews, and walk right out, I guess. But no, it looks super nice, and it's going to be awesome, and the room it's going to be a game changer for sure.
Yeah, the backdrop's beautiful. That is a screen. I believe that's something that we actually modeled out of the University of Texas, that backdrop. So it is nice, obviously.
I think I saw Notre Dame when the week they were playing Notre Dame. There was a similar kind of rotating one that they had, and yeah, that's big time for sure.
It is, and then that you can see the kind of the grid lighting up top. I mean, that's as nice as anything. I worked in the TV industry. I mean, that's as nice as anything we would have had over there. So this setup is. It's supposed to elevate the experience, and for me personally, and now you too, BJ. I mean, for a long time when you were in print media, I don't know if you cared too much, but that there's no longer those dimly lit press conferences where you got to crank the ISO and things like that. Spencer Danielson has those bright lights on him, and he looks awesome. And it's really funny just going back and cutting a couple clips yesterday. I was like, man, this does look a lot better. Like I think it's awesome, and yeah, just one of the many things we're excited about over here.
Yeah, we used to do it in like the team room and stuff, so it was not set up to be a press conference room. Yeah. It was set up for a team meeting room, and that area is now basically set up to be a press conference, and they can do some other photo shoots and cool things there, and there's other uses for it for recruiting purposes and things. Actually, the day we got the tour, they were doing a women's basketball player was on a recruiting visit and was in there doing photos and stuff. So going to be awesome. And yeah, once we figure out which camera works the best for the background, it's going to be super nice there. And that's where the other interviews and press conferences and stuff will take place starting tomorrow with the first practice of fall camp. Jay, we met with Spencer yesterday. A lot of news and notes, but I know everybody is talking about the Braxton, Fely, Jeremiah Earby situation. I have the clip we can play here in a second. But that was to me kind of the newsworthy one. I mean, it sounds like obviously Cole Cronin went down with an injury. That was disappointing to hear. Don't know how much he would have been in the mix, to be honest, right away anyway. But certainly when someone goes down, a freshman that had high hopes, that's not something they're excited. They were excited about him, and so that's obviously a bummer that he goes down. But for the most part, sounds like they're pretty healthy. I mean, Sherrod Smith's good to go. Ben Ford going to be eased into it a little bit, but he's going to be out there practicing, Jay. And I mean, for the most part, they made it through the summer without any, catastrophic injuries, and seems like everybody's good to go, and all steam ahead. Assuming everybody reports today on report date for first practice tomorrow.
Yeah, that is significant news about Fely and Earby. Obviously, those guys started and played a ton of football for Boise State last year, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, like Spencer said yesterday in his press conference, I know that he likes a lot of the guys that he has in that building right now and thinks that they're geared and ready to go, but hey, I'm sitting at Banana Ball. I'm sure you were last week too there, BJ. And all of a sudden that news starts to break about eligibility rules and who might be eligible now that wasn't previously eligible. And so, everybody's trying to figure it out. And I will say this, like when that news initially broke, it seemed like it was almost, what they call a blanket waiver where anybody from 2022 was going to be able to figure it out. It's a little more complex than that now that we've later learned. And so, it's going to be a little bit of wait and see mode, as Spencer Danielson articulated yesterday.
No doubt. By the way, Billy was watching from Minnesota. He says, "Did you get my video on the 40th anniversary?" Yes, Billy, and today's actually the day. We're playing your video today, Billy, so hang tight for a few more minutes. The 40 and 40 videos continue, and Billy, we will get to your video today. Appreciate Salem, Oregon checking in as well, but Fely returning would actually be huge, LOL. Actually about it. Yeah, it would be big. Let's hear, Jay. This is about a 2-minute back and forth with the media. Spencer Danielson and on the Braxton Fely situation and Jeremiah Earby for that matter. And then we'll get your take after this clip.
We worked through it obviously with all the stuff you guys are seeing online. It's some things that you're not planning for, to be honest with you, BJ, comes out on Friday. And so I've talked with Braxton and Jeremiah or Jeremiah Earby are the two for us from last season that, and now there's a lot of things still going on, even with the NCAA and appealing it and different things. But as it sits right now, that would be in that situation. And I've had good talks with them, BJ, and just still working through it.
What would they do? Do they just wait till they get clarification or whatever, or can they come back and start practicing or doing anything? Or
that's a good question. Literally still working through it. I mean, this stuff I've talked to both of them. Like, hey guys, let me figure out a little bit more what's going on, exactly what's happening. Obviously, me and JD have had really good talks, but I love both those young men. But I also love where our team is right now. Bringing guys back right before fall camp, you got to be really smart with how you navigate that too. But I love Braxton and Jeremiah. I know they love this team, and so just working through it right now.
I don't want to give like a timeline or anything, but at what point would it be that, okay, maybe the ship has sailed?
That's a good question. I don't know that right now. Obviously, fall camp's a big part of continuing to build uncommon unity and being a part of this fire. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen here soon. Fall camp, we report tomorrow. I can promise you guys nothing's going to happen by tomorrow. I mean, I could be the first to. When I say I'm working through it, I'm honestly working through it as stuff. There's a lot of meetings with the NCAA and different things happening today. We'll see what shakes down from that. But I'm in constant, talks with Braxton and Jeremiah to see what's up with them, how everything shakes down on our end. And we're going to make the best decision for Boise State.
Reps, are those two in football shape?
It's a great question, Brad. I do not have the answer to this. I know they've been going through some things to make sure that they're ready, but are they in the same shape as our players are right now? Seeing what Coach Hilgard did, that's going to be hard pressed to say yes to that.
Is your understanding if they want to come back, they'd have to come back at Boise State?
Yes.
Okay. What's that
that's my
balancing
understanding.
act like for you? Obviously, you said you're opening a fall camp, trying to get started on the 2026 season, and then new court ruling or something else legally happens, and it changes how you could build your roster. As a football coach that's in season now, I mean, how stressful is that, and how challenging does that make things?
Yeah, it definitely changed my Friday afternoon when I was driving home to see the fact. It's where college football is, right? There's a lot of different things going on. I really do believe there's going to be a settling of things. I think, like I said, the 5 for 5 to Jay's question is going to be really good for college football, but changing it for the last year's seniors now, the timing of it, it's just a little bit difficult. But we're going to work through what's best for our team. And I love Braxton and Jeremiah, and I'm excited to continue to talk with them as I get, honestly, more information and more things become black and white. Right now, there's a lot of gray out there, and got to make sure it's on point.
By the way, Jay, elite camera zoom placement here with the sponsor logos, Coke, ICCU there on the side. So I know I know those sponsors will love Simon Avalos, love the ICCU folks, and I'm sure they're happy with that placement there. Just the zoom was perfect, one right over one shoulder, one over the other. I'm sure that was planned, but.
Shout out
all right,
Jonathan
Jay, what's
Palmer.
What's that?
Shout out Jonathan Palmer.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Palmer. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Jonathan. I will say this. My first thought is, Jay, this is probably not happening. Just there's so much that has to happen for this to happen. Like, I don't have anybody telling me that, but just hearing him talk and hearing him not even really know if they're in football shape yet. And are we talking a couple conversations with them, like, and how quickly this would have to happen? Like, do they have to be on the field tomorrow? No. Could they come in a week or two late? And would it be similar to somebody that's injured, early in camp and having to work their way back, and maybe they miss a game or two, but you still get them? Like, would you take them? Sure. So I don't think it's like has to happen tomorrow or by Saturday or something. But just we're waiting to find out this ruling. I mean, I guess both these guys are interested or at least available. And certainly, I mean, Earby had led the team, 4 interceptions last year, 9 pass breakups, 5th on the team with 60 tackles. Like, I've seen a lot of people, and somebody in the chat here said I'm less interested in Earby. Man, getting Fely back would be huge. I mean, statistically, Earby was your best corner last year. I mean, if you want to look at it, finished the year strong. As I said, 4 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. And obviously Fely second on the team with 5.5 sacks. Both players would be impact players if you could get them back, but there's just a lot of layers with this. And you heard him talking about how do they fit in, and guys like, that thought they were starters now all of a sudden might not be anymore. And they find out on the day of fall camp starting. Like, there's just a lot of layers to this. And so that's why I'm just guessing. And for everyone watching this, I hope I'm wrong. Hope they both come back and it works out great. But there's so much to this in such a short amount of time. If this had happened a month ago, maybe it's different, Jay, but I just personally think there's a lot in a short amount of time that would have to happen. So I'm guessing it doesn't happen, but no one's telling me that, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. And certainly getting both those guys back would be positives for the team if you could pull it off.
Yeah, nothing really surprises you in the NCAA anymore, right, BJ? So, yeah, you have a dramatic shift in eligibility rules right before fall camp begins, and that is kind of insane to me. And heck, BJ, there are some teams around the country that have 0-week games, and they are already practicing as we see these eligibility rules potentially pivot one more time. Personally, I think I'm kind of on the same page with you. It just feels really, really late in the process to figure a lot of this out. And, one thing that Spencer Danielson has talked about a lot this offseason is, in a nutshell, the culture here and reestablishing some things in that locker room. And, nothing is given, everything is earned, which he proved yesterday with the update on how he plans to announce his team captains this year. And so I think you do have to be careful. You've had a roster here for a little while now with, some pretty reasonable expectations, I would say, by all the guys on that roster. And, we'll see. I know that he's obviously consulted the locker room in the past for decisions like this. So I'm assuming that same thing happens. He has his leadership committee of 10 or so players right now, and we'll see how it all unfolds in the long run, BJ. But that was certainly some interesting news yesterday. And sometimes in those situations too, you can kind of gloss over it, I guess, and then wait for it to unfold later on. But, at the beginning of the press conference, Spencer Danielson said the good and the bad, he's going to be as transparent as possible. So personally, I kind of appreciated him going at kind of at length about the 5 for 5 and how that could potentially impact Boise State.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll monitor that. He did say I can promise you it won't be happening by tomorrow. We're not going to show up at practice tomorrow and, oh, there's Braxton Fely back out there. They're working through this. We'll see. I mean, if you're Braxton Fely or Jeremiah Earby, though, like you gave the NFL a shot and nobody called you and you got a chance to come back to the I mean, and I don't say it to be mean like that, but they're both sitting around not in camp right now, don't have a job, and maybe trying to decide if they want to go to the UFL route or keep this thing rolling or just get a real job and hang it up. And you got a chance to come back to college for a year. Like, why wouldn't those? I mean, and I've heard this like, oh, do they have enough money to afford them? Like, I don't think you're coming back for like at this point. Hey, we don't have any money to offer you, but if you want to play another college season and have fun again and maybe help yourself for NFL again next year, like come on back. Like I don't think this would be a financial driven decision for either of those guys. And the fact that I don't think Boise State does have a lot of money to throw at them, I don't think would be a driving factor in this. I think this would be because Earby and Fely like love the game and their teammates and want to play another year just because their football career is about to be over. And maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, maybe Fely's saying I don't need to go through this another year unless I'm getting this kind of money. Like I'm happy with being done with football. Like I don't know, but for me, I don't think the money's an issue. I think it's if you want to play another year and this is what we can give you, a spot and some playing time, and you can try again at the NFL next year, or just have one. No, this might be it for you, and have one more year. But if you're the players, I mean, they'll give you the year at this point. Why not?
I mean, look, we'll just ask the same thing about Ashton Genty because technically he'd have another year of eligibility.
Now, see, that's the one thing I don't understand is the pro con. That wasn't included in this, but like people are talking about all these different people, and I still think if you sign the professional contracts, that takes away some of your ameratism status or whatever in some of this. So I don't know I know you're kind of joking, obviously, but you were joking, but in general, like who's another guy like a Zion Washington, if he were to get cut tomorrow, could he all of a sudden decide to come back? I don't think, and maybe he's different because maybe he redshirted.
He is because he redshirted, but I still think we get
a guy
your
that has
point,
a guy who fall in this 2022 class.
Cage
that has
Casey
a year left.
Cage Casey.
All right, Cage Casey, sure. Yes, and he got his signing bonus, got paid. For some reason. He's like, oh, you know what? I made a mistake. They told me I'm third string. I want to go back and play one more year of college. I don't know if he's eligible after signing that contract and getting money from an NFL team. I know there's the G League versus NBA, and there's all this weird stuff. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's something that I'm still trying to figure out. Is this only guys that haven't signed a deal and gotten paid? Is this any player that has eligibility, even if you've made $20 million? I mean, can you play in an NFL preseason game and then get cut and come back, before the first game starts? Like, there's just so many things I don't understand or get.
I mean, here's the deal. I certainly hope not. I don't want to see that. It's actually kind of funny, BJ, because
I have no idea, dude. All these possibilities of what does it all mean and who is still eligible. I know in the past, it used to be once you signed that contract, you were done with college, right? Once you were signed a professional deal, you were done. And now I don't think that's necessarily the case. We see the international players coming back. Maybe it's just A's base and doesn't matter. I mean, you get 5 year. I mean, yeah. What if you're a kid out of high school and you go play 2 years in the NBA or whatever? Can you all of a sudden come back and you still have 3 years? The whole thing is so hard to figure out. I don't get it. Maybe you know more than I do, but who else? I mean, he mentioned those were the two. Those were the two that I guess that they identified that had eligibility left, but I don't know how the NFL guys play into this and contracts and I'm trying to remember. Did Fely do some sort of mini camp, or he got nothing, right?
No, I think he got like a rookie mini camp invite. I believe he did. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that's I don't know if that a little mini camp thing is that a tryout? Are you getting paid for that? I don't know. I don't know
if you get paid for those. I don't know about that. Like what I do know is I just think that while it would, these could be potentially two late additions that just let the operate with a voice of reason right now, I guess, like that, and know that it's not yet across the finish line. I think it's also kind of funny as well, BJ, because like you think like how it could benefit Boise State, but eligibility rules like this apply to everybody, right? And like if you're happy with your roster, Tubner would not be eligible, unfortunately.
He wasn't 2022, right?
No, he actually he exhausted every ounce of eligibility as a college football player, even in 2024. Love the guy though, but Yeah, it applies to everybody else. So if you're like happy with your roster, you almost prefer like, nah, we're good, because you don't want to see somebody else go out and grab, some Big Ten team that had a D tackle that might have gone undrafted, but he's still a Big Ten D tackle.
Maybe getting Donovan Dent. I mean, Gonzaga might, they lose their guy, and you're like, okay, and then all of a sudden they have money available and a spot available, and they're going to suddenly like luck into getting Donovan Dent for another year. Like, what do we like? Yeah, exactly. If you're Boise State, you're like, no, they're going to get a better guy than we could get, so let's just call it.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. That's all I'm saying. Like, obviously, basketball has a little bit more of a runway right now since their season doesn't tip off until late October.
Yeah.
So maybe they're a little more fortunate, but I don't know. It would be really interesting to see, like, if we get midway to fall camp where you really start to, galvanize, your team basically to see a potential shakeup like that. So there's a lot that's going to go into it. It's not only a yes or no whether these guys are eligible, but they're going to have to assess whether it's right for the team. Like, yes, talent is there obviously, but there's a lot that obviously will go into this decision and has to be considered before it becomes finalized. But I was just thinking about this on the way to work, BJ, though. Like, I know we're going to talk football all show, but it's kind of our final day, heck, maybe in 2026, where we're not like really prioritizing and thinking about college football, right?
Yeah.
The journey begins.
It does. Oh, it does. Speaking of which, a couple notes. The coaches poll comes out today at noon Eastern. We'll find out if Boise State is ranked there. I know we joked about it, Jay, but yours truly, for better or for worse, has taken over the AP vote for the state of Idaho. So that, I think my ballot's due on the 10th for that. That doesn't come out for a couple weeks closer to the season, but the coaches poll will be out today. AP poll, which again, now with the CFP poll, both these polls are pretty much meaningless. But you at least have a little excitement going into the season, I guess, based on who's ranked and who's not. And then how about Maddox Madsen checking in, Jay, at number 36 on Bill Connolly's 40 most important players in college football. Maddox Madsen, the 36th most important player in college football. I want to ask you about that, and then some other news and notes from Spencer Danielson's press conference. You mentioned the application process now to be a captain and the thick packet that takes. I want to get to that in just a second as well, but do want to welcome a new sponsor on board at Bronco Nation News, and that is Piston Pay. Now, it's a smarter way to fuel your fleet. Fleet owners still on legacy fuel cards, costing them unauthorized fills, missed rebates, charges you can't trace. Your statement shows nothing but a dollar amount and a station name. Now, what is Piston Pay? 100% cardless, improved security, and built to save you money on every fill-up. Piston Pay negotiates directly with partner gas stations, so the rebates are consistent and ongoing. And advanced fraud protection is built in. No more unauthorized fills or charges you can't explain. You can visit Piston.com to book a demo. Get $1 off a gallon the first week, then 10 cents off per gallon ongoing. Terms and conditions do apply, but no subscription fee, no switching costs. Again, Piston.com for more information. I did this. It's available at Jackson's. If you own a company where you help pay for the gas for your employees, it's a much easier, cheaper, better way to do it. Check them out. They hooked me up with an account, and I went and filled up a tank of gas, and it was super easy to use. And so I'm talking to you, small business owners, big business owners. If you use gas or pay for gas for your employees in their vehicles, you need to hit up our friends at Piston.com. It's available at Jackson's, I believe Maverick as well. But reach out. I can connect you. More information. But check out Piston.com, new sponsor of ours here at BNN, and we truly appreciate them for their support with Bronco Nation News. Hey, Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Looking to buy a seller home? Check out Matt Bauscher, BauscherRealEstate.com. Signature Roofing online at mysignatureroofing.com. We were out at Nelson's first tackle football practice the other night in the middle school we were at. Signature Roofing was doing some work over there. So you always see Signature Roofing in their trucks. They're covering our community 1 decade at a time, whether it's a new roof, a repair to a roof, inspection, estimate, all your roofing needs. Check out Signature Roofing. Hey, Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. And whether it's, Cuna, Middleton, Star, Treasure Valley, Magic Valley, McCall, they got you covered. Think local, you want a grocery store where the owners are right here in the Treasure Valley, and we really appreciate Ridley's Family Markets. Shop Ridleys.com, locally owned. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. Element Fencing as well, elementfencing.com, 631-2790. If you need fence, they can do decks, pergolas, can do it all, folks. Check out Element Fencing. They'll be sponsoring our Defensive Player of the Game coming up once football season gets rolling here. And, of course, rowpaint.com as well. Andy Rowe and Company. Rowpaint.com, all your painting needs. Hit up rowpaint.com, whether it's interior, exterior painting, those concrete coatings. We appreciate Andy Rowe and Company. Again, check out rowpaint.com. All right, you mentioned the application process, Jay. What do you make of that? How many people do you think are going to apply? I had the bite clipped, but I'm going to save it to save time here. Basically, if anybody that wants to be a captain on the team this year now had to apply by last night and tell Spencer Danielson, I want to be a captain. And that wasn't good enough. You also had to fill out a thick packet. I don't know if you've seen the packet, Jay, or the questions, but you had to say why you want to be a captain and why you want to be a leader of this team. And they used to have, one offense, one defense, special teams, or there used to be some rhyme or rhythm to it, Jay, at times. Now he said, no, if we get 4 applications and they're all defensive players, we might have 4 defensive captains, and that's it. Going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I guess in the end, they will have at the end of fall camp the players vote. And I don't know if they're going to read through all the applications or if Spencer's going to have ultimate say on that or what, but the players will vote at some point. But to be a team captain this year, you had to apply. What do you make of that? Second time today, Jay.
Gosh, we got to clean up the penalties this year, and I've already committed 2, so that's my fault. Wow. Anyways, trying to get back on track. I think it's awesome because a big part of the way that Spencer's shaping this thing is that he has a mantra that, nothing is given, everything is earned. And this is truly going out and proving that you deserve to be a team captain. And while on one hand, you're like, man, a lot of these guys that are in position to do this have been here for a while and have already proven a lot. Fall camp gives you an opportunity to really prove how you impact the 2026 locker room, the 2026 Boise State football team. And so delaying that just a little bit, I think is it's a new approach. It's a fresh approach. I think it grabs everyone's attention. It grabbed all of our attention in the locker or in the media room yesterday. And I think that just for some perspective, normally, it would have either been last night or tonight, I believe, where the new captains are anointed. A couple years ago when I put together a preseason documentary called The Blueprint, it was 2 nights before fall camp kicked off that, Spencer Danielson stood at the front of the room and announced that Jonah Dalmas, Alexander Tubner, Ahmed Hassanin, and the one and only Ashton Genty would serve as the team captains for that season. And so now doing it a little bit different, I think it shakes it up, and I think it grabs everybody's attention. And now you truly have to go out and prove that you have what it takes to fulfill the captainship responsibilities at Boise State.
Yeah, and I'm not saying guys didn't want to be captains. Typically, most of them did, but sometimes a guy would just be told he's a team captain, and obviously, I can't remember too many of them where that ended up being some sort of problem or guys. I mean, usually it was obvious guys that everybody knew were good leaders, but now it's like no, now it's something where you had to have at least maybe it's more of a ceremonial type thing, whatever, however you want to phrase it, but it's like, no, you had to come forward first and say you want to be a captain, not you were just told you were a captain. And so from that standpoint, how many people you think are applying for this? 10?
I would say any less than 10, I would probably, I don't want to say disappointed. I'd be surprised if it's,
I don't know,
any
the packet of info might make me be out. I know that.
It's funny you say that though, but that is a little something to this. I mean, as silly as that sounds, it's almost like the stories you hear about, the pre-draft NFL process where somebody tapes a $10 bill to the last page of a playbook, and which quarterback's actually going to realize that that $10 bill exists, right? Mm-hmm. It's proving that you want it that much, and I really do. I think it's a cool way to go about it, especially when you hear Spencer talk about the best teams in the history of Boise State have been player led. Coaches can only do so much. If there's not buy-in and a certain level of ownership from players, your team will only go so far. It can only be so good. And part of that is a player speaking up, right? Like, you can lead by action, which is absolutely important. Model the way, as Spencer says. But you also have to have, some volume to you at the very least. A voice that people respect. They know that you command what it takes to achieve the standard around here. And so by pushing this off a few weeks, they're going to get into fall camp and they're going to see who speaks up and who reacts to whose voice. And that might just be the voice that carries this team, or voice is that carries this team, hopefully to another New Year's Six bowl game.
Yeah.
Or the college football playoff.
I think it's pretty cool they're doing it, and we'll find out down. And I'm trying to think. Last year, did they do anything? They didn't do single game captains last year, right? They just had the 4.
They had 4 last
captains.
year. Yeah. Yep. So, and that's something that you could see too. I mean, there have been a number of years here where basically you have 3 team captains that are named with a rotating 4th captain. So we'll see if that plays out.
The 40 and 40, Jay, we got that thing still going, and I call it a thing. It's a pretty cool thing that we're doing here. 40 and 40. We want your 40 years of memories on the blue turf in 40 seconds or less. And again, we're working with Collect BSU on this. You see their website, collectbsu.com, and they're giving away a shadow box signed by Gene Blameyer, and you get an original piece of that 1986 blue turf if you send us a submission. And we're taking those submissions, trying to get one a day. We've been kind of behind because of some of the stuff going on, but we're taking your submissions. Send them in. Email me, rains@bronconationnews.com. Give us your best memory of the blue turf. And you can also go to check out collectbsu.com. They have, Jay, you can buy a piece of that goalpost that was thrown into the river and all kinds of cool stuff, as you know. So go check out collectbsu.com. Billy D, our man from Minnesota, the first one to chime into the chat. He's got our 40 and 40 memory today here, Jay. Let's take a look.
Hey, BJ. Thanks for letting myself and others enter the contest. This is Billy D from Minnesota, usually one of the first few in the chat every morning. My favorite memory is 2 years ago. Ashton Genty, 209 yards rushing, and that 75-yard towards the end of the first half touchdown run in the Mountain West Championship game when they beat UNLV 21-10 to clinch a college football playoff spot. Go Broncos.
All right, there's Billy D. What do you make, Jay?
What I make of that real quick, it's related to the story, but Ashton Genty was so friggin' breathtaking that you pulled your phone out when Boise State was on offense just in case something like that happened, because that was obviously from the point of view from the stands with the fans, and then Ashton breaks off that long touchdown run to that right there. One could very easily argue the loudest moment in the history of Albertson Stadium. For me and the decade and a half that I've been covering this team, that right there was the loudest moment for me in a game that I've been at Albertson Stadium. That still gives me goosebumps thinking back, man. Like, I know we all got a job to do, but we can also understand when we're watching something that's truly special. And that guy was truly special. He wasn't just running towards the end zone to that game. He was running towards a potential Heisman Trophy, which I think we all would agree that he deserved, didn't get, but there was just so much that went into that run, and it gave Boise State that breathing room, that energy that you just felt not only were they going to win the championship that year, but he might win the Heisman, and they might go to the college football. They would go to the college football playoff, but it was that moment where you're like, it's all going to happen.
And our man Jason Benetti was on the call for Fox, and when you are watching the Fox version of that, you've got him and Brock Heward, I think, were on I forget who was on the call with him. No, maybe was it Brock Heward still? I think it might have been.
I can't remember.
But they're actually talking about Genty because he had a run the play before that or going into the drive. And then Genty hits that first cut, and Benetti just goes, and there he goes. And it was just gone. And as you said, the camera's shaking, the place is going nuts. And that, for a lot of reasons, Jay, because I also think kind of cemented the game there. Okay, 21-0 first half. This thing's over. Heisman race should be over. There he goes. He's getting that extra night on national TV, and that's our first repeat. I mean, we had someone talking about bringing the goalpost down, I think, from after that game, but that run specifically in that game, I think is going to be on a lot of people's, and I get it, prisoner of the moment, recent history, recent memory. If you want to, there's 40 years.
I don't think that one is. I get what you're saying, but that's one that can stand up against just about anything in the history of this program. Like I said, it wasn't just a 75-yard touchdown run. It helped them win a conference championship. It helped Ashton secure a spot in New York, and it helped them become the first G6 team to ever qualify for the college football playoff. So it was fine.
Every single
the hook and ladder, the Statue of Liberty, they have their moment. But if we're making a Mount Rushmore of top plays, I think that one's on it.
Yeah, there's a very good. And for everyone watching this chat, it's probably top 5, if not top 10 for sure, in terms of their favorite memories, moments. And when you put it all together with that day, and as I mentioned, the goalpost and everything else, and storming the field, it was a historic day. So thank you, Billy D. Good to see you on the camera there, man. And thanks for sending that. And collectbsu.com. Make sure you get all your Boise State gear, and make sure you keep sending me those submissions. Reigns@BroncoNationNews.com.
One thing I was going to add to that, BJ, as I was at Banana Ball, and I believe you were probably sitting in these seats that I'm going to reference here, but for the first touchdown run, like down one of those sidelines, kind of like from Ashton right there, and seeing those fans elevate from kind of the corners where they, especially the one to the south where they didn't previously exist, like I think that's going to be so cool when that happens, and you see everybody rise up off their feet where, again, fans previously didn't even exist before.
Yeah.
And Ashton runs into them, and who knows, maybe Ashton jumps into one of those on-field suites or whatever. I'm just kidding, but you never know. You see Matt Boucher over there, you give him a high five or something.
Oh yeah. Well, I know that side, that the other side, the side closest to the Stickle side, that corner, that little extra patio suite over there is going to be for like alumni and stuff like that. So maybe that's where Ashton Genty is watching the game from when Dylan Riley. Or Sire Gaines runs down and then greets him in the corner or something like that could happen.
I like that.
Hey, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Check them out. Branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile eBranch online banking right there in your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union. Check them out, ICCU.com. Jackson's, Extra Mile by Jackson's. They'll be sponsoring our post-game shows coming up this fall, but don't forget, you can still save that $32 at Roaring Springs when you buy your 2 Coca-Cola products, and they got that 99-cent bigger fountain drink when you use your Let's Go Rewards app. Taco Bell, Jay, we're going to start doing our shows down from the stadium now with practice coming, and folks, somebody in the chat was asking if that means we'll be doing a Taco Bell show again. Yes, we'll get out to Taco Bell at some point. Johnny, on a show last year, we literally just went through the Taco Bell drive-through live on the air, so I'm sure we'll do that again. But get out to Taco Bell. Check out TacoBellWorks.com, the SN Management Group, the Nicolason family, that Cantina line of options. And don't forget, return the favor on their $1 million donation to Boise State. TacoBellWorks.com. Visit a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. The Blue and Orange store, they're going to have a new kiosk set up in the old recruiting lounge. I don't know what we're going to call that now, Jay, just old recruiting lounge, new recruiting lounge, or if they're going to have a new name for it. But you can go ahead and get that at the Blue and Orange store online, theblueandorange.com. All your Boise State gear, officially licensed Boise State merchandise, now available at the Blue and Orange store. And check it out. Again, the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com. Sun Cruiser, I mentioned Sun Cruiser. Appreciate them. Great sponsor at BNN. Get out and get a Sun Cruiser, whether it's an iced vodka, lemonade vodka. And Jay, I know you were out there. I saw some of the videos now of the barbecuing going on, the fall kickoff sale. We're going to have the commercials and things to play here, but Lithia Ford of Boise, the fall kickoff sale is underway. Check out Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor. We appreciate them. New pre-owned vehicles, and we'll be out doing a broadcast out there soon. Again, Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor, and we appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. All right, Jay, Maddox Madsen, quick thought. 36th most important player in college football, according to ESPN's Bill Connolly going into the season.
I mean, he's pretty important. If Boise State wants to get back to the college football playoff with Maddox going into his senior year, like they need a big year out of Maddox. I mean, clearly. And, we talked a little bit about Maddox yesterday at the press conference, and I know on media day when we had the chance to visit with him, a couple of things he said that he really wanted to emphasize this year are, enjoying the process. College football is obviously a pressure-packed sport, and playing QB is the most pressure-packed position. And outside of that, he doesn't want to have any regrets. And I think that if he can achieve those two things, basically everything else will take care of itself. But yeah, it's interesting to see him on that list, but I also think he warrants it. There's some big expectations, surrounding Boise State this year, getting back to the college football playoff, winning their inaugural season in the Pac-12 conference. They open up in Oregon and they host Memphis before all of that, even begins. And so it's a big year for him. And, there's no easing into this season, BJ. It is from the jump. It is going to demand everyone's best. And as a result, they need Maddox at his best from the jump.
Do you think Boise State will be in the coaches poll today when it comes out?
Good question. I do. Yeah, I think they sneak into the back end.
That token, we got to get a group of 5 team in there. We'll put them at 25.
Potentially, yeah. I think they barely get in, but
not to say they're not deserving of it, but you typically see one group of 5. We've all done it on the voting. Who? Let's find somebody at 23. Do we need a 5th team from the SEC, or let's pick?
You start to really split hairs when you get down towards the bottom of that thing, and you can justify just about anything. So, am I going to be surprised if they are left out? No, not really. But I think maybe they sneak into the back end. And one thing I will say would be cool. Having the little number next to your name, afternoon kickoff at Oregon to start the season.
What's Oregon's number going to be?
You need a magnifying glass to see it, man. It's going to be, top 3 for sure, in my opinion. Yeah. I think you're looking at 2 or 3, in my opinion, but we'll see.
Any final takeaways? What was any other takeaways from the Spencer Danielson press conference for you, Jay?
Like the fact they're going in with a pretty, it seems like a good bill of health. That's a great way to end the summer and start fall camp where you're not really worried about too much. I think that they deserve a little bit of a tip of the cap to the way that they approach spring, where they made sure that guys were getting healthy for this moment. And now they can really progress forward as an entire unit getting ready for kickoff, which is a month away from tomorrow. So, outside of that, there's not a ton. I think a little underlying story there, though, that I like is, Dylan Riley's up 11 pounds. And so I think I always like it when –
Aren't we all, Jay?
Amen, brother. The goal is not to be up 11 more pounds by the end of the season. That's the new goal. Yes. But no, I for a guy that has, a reputation as being a speedster that can run away from people – to take nearly 200 carries last year, obviously that's a number that he wants to exceed this year. And in order to do that, you need some more body armor. And Dylan Riley's got some more body armor this year, man. Maybe not as much as Cy. Sire Gaines he checked in at 220 yesterday, which about what he was last year, maybe just a tick more. Those guys are in phenomenal shape, though. So I'm really, really excited to see what those guys can do. I still think that they're flying under the radar a little bit. Dylan had an 1,100-yard rushing season last year, and I still don't feel like anybody's really talking about him a ton. So I expect big things from him this year and think that he takes another step forward in his production this year. And honestly, same with Cy. I think that running back room is going to be pretty dynamic.
So at 10 o'clock, I guess you'll get out there early, but when the practice starts and the media's let out onto the field tomorrow, first practice tomorrow about 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Where's the media scrum running for the first photo, the first video? What are you looking at tomorrow? And any obvious storylines for you? First practice, I got to make sure I get some footage or go see this.
Yeah, well, obviously we're stopping to say hi to Butch. Back for another season, he just brings the absolute juice and energy to kick off fall camp. So going to say what's up to Butch as we enter the facility, obviously. And then after that breaks out, do you want me to give you I'm going to go check out how the guard position's playing on left tackle? Or do you want me to be honest with you and be like, no, sorry, day one's about skill, dudes. I want to see one-on-one drills and Maddox Madsen slinging the rock around the yard to this new receiving group a little bit. So if you want me to not be honest with you, I'll give you that story. I want to see the long snapper competition. If you want me to be honest with you, I'm just going to be shiny object day one. Just whatever looks cool. I'm going to be there, and that's probably going to be some of the skill guys on day one.
All right, well, we'll be watching Bronco Studios. You'll have a full recap tomorrow, Jay, 4 o'clock after the first practice. Folks can go back and watch yesterday's show as well. Bronco Studios, Jay Tust, the Boise State Athletics YouTube channel. We made it, Jay. The grind begins tomorrow. It's gonna be long, gonna be fun. Looking forward to a fun season. Appreciate you for making time as always, and we'll see you 10 o'clock tomorrow out on the practice field.
Sounds good, buddy.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. There he is, Jay Tust. Hey, some cool stuff going on with our sponsor at Circa. We're not. We're keeping the show going here. We got a lot of cool stuff we want to get to. We got a cool interview coming up with our friends down at Circa and Tom Carroll. But first, we've told you about the contest plenty of times. To set the stage here, here's 30 seconds from our friends at Circa Sports.
The biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime!
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
All right, everybody knows my favorite spot in the world is Circa Sports. I'll put my hat on here. I am super jealous because our man Tom Carroll is joining us from the sports book down at Circa.
Hey,
I'm
BJ,
jealous.
I'm having a little trouble hearing you at the moment. Sorry for this.
No worries. Can you hear me, Tom?
What the heck?
All right, we'll come back to Tom in a second. Give me a thumbs up when you once you can hear me here. But Circa has their football contest going on, and we want to tell you about it. And it's going to be super awesome and exciting. And we're hoping some of you folks are going to join us contest weekend. It's only about 3.5 weeks away. It's the weekend of August 27th to 29th. We'd love to have you come down and join us. And there's open bar pool parties out at Stadium Swim. There's open bar happy hour with Derek Stevens, the owner, and other folks there. So super excited for contest weekend. And everybody knows the football contest, $1,000 entry fee from our friends at Circa. And we hope you'll come down and sign up. If you don't and you can't make it, you can give us your money and we'll go sign you up down there. You can sign up. There's a lot of cool things going on with the contest, and it's $1,000 entry. But again, if that's a little too much for you, I totally get it. Get a couple buddies together, pool your entries together, sign up together. It's the largest football contest in the world. Again, $20 million for Tom. Do we got you now? You can hear me, I think. Are you giving me a thumbs up? Let's see here. Do we have you, Tom? Are you there? Do we have you, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Can't hear me. All right. We'll come back to Tom then once he can figure out why he can't hear us. But the football contest, again, they have the Survivor contest, regular Survivor. You just pick one team to win. If they win, you move on to the next week, but you can't pick them again. If they lose, then you're out and you're done. Do we have you, Tom?
Hey, BJ.
Yes, do we
How
have
are
you?
you?
Can you hear me?
I seem to be having some trouble with my headset.
All right.
I heard your interview and now I've lost your sound.
All right. So if you heard me before, well, I'm going to have you leave the show and come back. You can't hear me at all. Yeah, he's going to come back in and we'll see if that works. Apologize for the technical difficulties here, but Tom is down at Circa and we want to give Circa a little love. Hope you'll sign up for this football contest. Again, it's 100% legal using our proxy, Tom Carroll, Vegas football proxy. We'll see if he joins us back in. Hopefully he can hear me now. We'll see. I think he's giving me a thumbs up. We got you, Tom.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. My
no
sound
worries.
went out.
No worries. Appreciate you for joining us. I said I'm jealous. You're in my favorite spot in the world there. The sports book, the world's largest sports book at Circa Resort and Casino. And you're signing people up for the football contest. And we're going to be down there for contest weekend in a couple weeks. Give our viewers. We've been telling everybody to sign up through you. We've had really good success the last couple of years. I think last year we even had like a top. I think tied for 93rd in the millions. I think we got about $100 and something because so many people tied. So I think I owe you like a $20 tip or whatever. But you know what? Tell us. Just give us the lowdown. Give our viewers the lowdown on the contest. And I know a lot of people get nervous because it's in Idaho. It's not legalized sports gambling, but through your service, Vegas Football Proxy, it's 100% legal, and you make it easy for everybody. And tell folks just what you guys got going on and how they can get signed up for these contests.
So as the tagline goes here at Circa, sign up in Vegas and then play from anywhere. Basically, folks make an appointment with our proxy service. We'll meet down at the book, fill out the forms together. We'll get you squared away with Circa. You go home and then log into our portal every week to submit your picks. We'll let you know when your picks have been submitted, and then pick winners. Come back and see us in January. The 3 contests that are available here are the Circa Millions, which is pick 5 against the spread every week. They pay out the top 100 places. It's $6 million guaranteed, with about $4.8 million in that going to the top 100. And then the quarterly prizes is about $300,000 every quarter. They also have the obviously world famous now Circa Survivor contest. Last year had $18.7 million in money guaranteed. This year they do $20 million guaranteed, and I expect them to have about $22 million for the folks that sign up, because I'm sure it'll be over 22,000 entries. I did a little comparison between this year and last year, and we're currently about 34% ahead on the Survivor from year over year. We're about plus 1,300 entries over last year's at this time. It's a wonderful contest. Derek Stevens does a great job, and you can't get any better in this.
Now, we do have one viewer, Melinda Draper, who signed up before, and she says, bringing 3 new people with us to the contest. So we're going to have some new signups for you this year. Contest weekend, I mean, you'll take them anytime, but that's kind of contest weekend, I know, is the big one. We'll be down there doing some live shows and stuff as part of their big event. But I know contest weekend with some of the happy hours and open bars and a blackjack tournament. If you're looking for a reason to come down to Circa, I believe they even give you 50% off your room at Circa, or you can stay for free at the D if you come down and sign up this year. So I know that's a big weekend coming up in a couple weeks.
Contest weekend is fantastic. They have so many events that are going on. And all the staff and leadership are available. Mike Palm's around, Derek's around. They have cocktail party meet and greet at Bar Canada, which is basically a madhouse because it's a smaller place. You can't help but talk to and meet all these new people because you're bumping into everyone everywhere. So contest weekend will be a big push, but we're here every day of the week. We're here 9 to 5 every day. We come out off hours to meet people if you need to. Basically, we meet your schedule and accommodate you because we want to get you in the contest, and so does Circa.
Yeah, no doubt. And we can help connect you. But if you are heading down to Vegas, you can go down to Vegas for a day, a night. I mean, I had a buddy last year that literally flew down on the 6 a.m. flight, gambled, signed up for the contest, and flew back home that night just to come down and sign up. So you can do that very easily. Or if you have a trip to Vegas already planned, VegasFootballProxy.com. You can check them out as their website. And Tom has been our proxy here at BNN for a couple of years now. I think this is year 3, at least maybe year 4, and we're pumped and we're sending folks your way. And I know that is kind of the stigma sometimes. It sounds kind of shady or it's illegal. No, it's 100% legal. Tom is one of many that have services like this. His is the best, obviously, and we want him to use. You want you guys to go with him, but that's an actual business where folks sign up down there and they help you be in these contests. And then every Sunday morning or whatever, Tom and his staff are going over there and typing in your entries and making sure he doesn't fat finger it and screw you in the Survivor or whatever. But you guys do a tremendous job, and you remind folks the picks are due at this time and all that, and it's 100% legal. And I know the $1,000 sometimes scares can scare people away. That is a lot of money if you're just a football fan, whatever. But I tell people, get 2 or 3 friends together. It's a couple $100 and it's pretty cool. And I know you've seen some cool stories. I mean, you've been the proxy for some guys that have won some big time money. You've seen how this can turn into be a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, for sure. 13 years in business now, and 8 years here with Circa. This will be the 8th year. We started out over at the Hilton, and every year since, the contest has grown all over the country. More and more publicity, more and more people coming in. Perfectly legal. There's nothing to be worried about, folks. You're going to be the official entrant. When you do the forms with us, your name is on that form. You are the only one who can collect the money. Proxies can't go in and collect any money. You're not going to get screwed out of anything here. Circa's not going to let that happen to you because they want to have the picture with you and the big checks because that just drives more people in.
Which you've done. Tell us about some of the winners you've had.
Yes, actually, we've been pretty lucky in that we've had a winner in the Survivor contest every year they've had it. So standing up on stage with someone holding a $3.7 million check is pretty exciting. And it's actually gratifying because the effort and the time put into it every year that to see actually people make it to the mountaintop, it's fantastic. We've also had last year, I think we had 3 in the top 10 for the Millions contest. Just out of the money for first place. It would have been so nice to have that, but it's not meant to be for everybody. But I think they still walked away with 300 grand. 220. There's money to be made. You have that magical season. What I tell folks is, you pick well, take advantage of the luck that comes your way, and that's how you get to the mountaintop. No one picks 70%, all on their own because they're geniuses. Luck plays a good role.
No doubt. And I think I forget the group, but there was 4 guys from Detroit that won, I believe, the Millions a year or 2 ago. And I got a chance to meet them, and they came on our show last year, I think it was, and was hanging out with them at the pool, at the pool party they had there. And those guys were all just random 4 guys, 4 friends. They'd all make a pick, and then they'd come together and agree on the 5th one. And it was just totally, a group effort, and they end up winning the $1 million+ or whatever it was, and got the green jacket or the blue jackets. They modeled off the green jackets from the Masters or whatever, and give you a blue jacket with the Circa logo and everything. And now they're kind of like part of the family in the club, and they all won $200,000 themselves. So I mean, and they just each picked one a week, and then they put it together. So it's someone here says, I'm down to sign up. Can you sign up by yourself, or do you have to be in a group? No, by yourself. If you got the $1,000, go down there and sign up, or hook or get in contact with me, and we'll help sign you up if you can't make it down to Circa through Tom. But no, you can do up to 10 entries, I believe, right?
Yes. 10 entries max per person.
Yeah. So if you want to put in 10 grand and go at it with 10 different entries, go for it. If you got one entry and you come up with $1,000 and you don't want to share it with anybody, then go for it as well. And I'll tell you, Tom, one year we made it to, I think 2 years ago, we were like week 12 of Survivor, and we were down into the final, 400 or 500, and I was starting to think about what I was going to do with my money, and it was a lot of, it was just every week moving on was so much fun. It was either week 11 or week 12, but we were starting to get to a point where it felt, like we were actually at a legit, shot, and then we had and the reason I felt that way is because we were set up for the next 3 or 4 weeks really nicely, because you have to plan this stuff out in advance and really look at this. And we were set up nicely. And then there was I think it was a Monday night football game, which I hate doing Monday nights, in the last game of the weekend. And it was the Denver Broncos, and Russell Wilson somehow went and won it against the Bills. And that knocked us out. And that was a bummer. But that was so much fun. And then you have the other side of it, where I think last year we lost like week 2, where it was like right away, where it was like, and that was the Steelers, I think, didn't pick up a ball on a kickoff in the end zone. And a Boise State guy, George Helani, picked it up. So, it could go pretty quick. But if you can make it around for a while, it certainly gives you a reason to, everybody watches Boise State and college football on Saturday. But waking up on Sunday, knowing you have skin in the game to potentially win $20 million, it's a pretty cool way to wake up on a Sunday.
Huge amount of entertainment value built into these contests. The Millions, you get guaranteed 18 weeks of entertainment because you're always in it. Every quarter you got a chance. Survivor, it takes it to another level, but it's more sporadic. I call it the agony or the ecstasy. Agony anytime you go out in the contest, but ecstasy when you start winning games and start going further, and you get to believe in the dream and get to really feel the excitement of the potential to win $2-3 million. It's fantastic. I'll go back real quick to the reference you made to those guys from Detroit. What made their story particularly great for me is their final game that they needed to win the contest was Detroit playing Green Bay on Sunday night, the final game of the season. Their hometown team against their hated rival, they needed the Lions to win. They came through and did it, and that's what won the contest for them.
Wow, how about that? That's awesome. Yeah, there's just so many cool stories of talking to the folks that won the Millions and everything. And again, you can do the Survivor, you can do the Pick 5. I don't think we're quite ready, Tom, to pool our money together for the Grandissimo. Maybe at some point here, but that's $100,000 to get in for that one. But you mentioned they've every year, whatever they've put up I know the Millions has been a little tougher to get to the guarantee and stuff, but the Survivor has exceeded every single year the guarantee, and so they're guaranteeing a minimum of $20 million winner take all for the Survivor, but they're expecting it to go above that. So you're talking $21, $22 million for you or for you and a couple buddies. And I think the coolest part is the contest weekend too. Like you get your $1,000 worth right there, as I mentioned, for the contest weekend. I mean, you're hanging out in a pool party, watching week 0 games. You got the Memphis UNLV game that weekend. You can go over to Allegiant Stadium and watch that, but there's games on. You get open bar pool party, open bar happy hour event that you mentioned where Derek Stevens, I mean, the owner of the casino is just standing around having a drink and you can go up and talk to him. Like it's pretty awesome. And I know Melinda was in here commenting that they went to that event last year and had a great time. If you're on the fence, talk to me. It's worth it. It really is cool. And like I said, they're offering 50% off to stay at Circa. Basically buy one, get one free for a night down there for those 2 nights to sign up, or a free room at the D if you want to stay there as well. And I usually get pretty generous, Tom, down there. Anybody that usually comes down from BNN and says they're down there, we usually either take them to Barry's or we make sure they have 8 East or a good meal somewhere, and we take care of them. We make sure everybody has a good time. We've had I think we had like 10 or 11 folks last year come down. We're hoping to get that even higher this year. And so hopefully folks will come down, sign up for the contest. Contest weekend is when we'll be down there, when we'd like to see you. And if not, you can go down to Vegas anytime. As you mentioned with Tom, he can sign you up. We can get you in contact with Tom, and would love to have you sign up for the contest and get signed up. Anything I'm forgetting or missing, or any final plug as to why folks should not only sign up for this contest, but use you guys as the proxy service?
One thing, if you actually sign up for 10 or more entries, you get 2 free nights here at the Circa. Now, that's not for everyone, but if you're actually thinking of doing that, you'll get 2 free nights. Otherwise, look, we've been doing this 13 years. I was a former player. I know what it's like. So I treat players the way I'd like to be treated. And so customer service is, the most important thing for us behind getting your picks in. So you'll be treated right with us. We value your business and look forward to meeting you all.
Well, appreciate Tom for everything. Looking forward to it. I haven't actually even said this, but I'm coming down Thursday for a quick night as part of the Bet Bash conference. So we'll be doing our show, I think, Friday morning from somewhere around there. And it's a quick trip. Boise State's got no practice Friday. The Bet Bash is going on, and I want to come down and get signed up for one of the entries. So we'll connect with you on Thursday afternoon when we get down there. We'll get signed up, and maybe I'll get some video or some photos of that and show everybody how easy it is. But looking forward to getting signed up. Looking forward to getting everybody down to Circa. And if you've ever, we're trying to get these guys. Last year they did 2 survivors, but they just had me sign them up because they couldn't make it down. I said, no, you need to get down there yourself. It's the perfect reason to get a guys weekend, family weekend, whatever. Circa. Week 0, there's games on. It's a lot of fun. It's the last weekend before things really kick off with college football season. So if you've ever had a reason, or you've ever wanted a reason, I guess, to get down to Circa and check it out, now you do. Get a couple buddies together if you can't afford it yourself. Throw in your $300. Get 3 or 4 of you together. Enter this contest. Have Tom and his staff sign you up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. But I'll see you Thursday, Tom. We'll get signed up for at least one of these entries and get us officially in there. And how do the hats look this year?
They actually, in my opinion, they improved the hats. They changed it a little bit. They've gone away from the snapback, and they're more of a traditional hat. I like the way they look. I think you'll like them too.
You got one on the table there? Come on.
You know what? I got here early this morning. Survivor's gray. Survivor's gray, and the Millions is like a teal kind of.
Yeah, I didn't mind the. I don't mind the.
The white looks nice. I like the white.
I don't mind the rope hats actually.
They stayed with the rope hat.
Sure how I'm gonna feel that, but
and I'll just say also to quote Derek, come on down. You'll have the time of your life, folks.
Yes, you will. And you get if nothing else, you get $1,000 hat out of it. So, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks, Tom. Folks, if you're interested, reach out to me. I'll get you connected with Tom. We'll get you signed up. And I always told everybody, Tom, we do like an entry for the company here. And if I ever win, I said it'll be free subscriptions for a year if we can get it. So everyone's rooting for us. That week 11 year was getting kind of fun. But excited about it. We'll see you in a couple days for a quick stop down there. And then the whole crew will see you for contest weekend, Tom. We appreciate you. What is the website? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to go to the website, vegasfootballproxy.com. There'll be a link to schedule an appointment. We'll get you on the calendar, and then day of, you'll get reminders of the calendar appointment, and I'll reach out to you as well.
VegasFootballProxy.com. But if it's easier, just reach out to me and I'll connect you via text or somehow with Tom or get you signed up. And then we'll make sure Tom knows that we sent you. And appreciate it, Tom. Thanks for jumping on. And we'll see you in a couple days. And good luck getting people signed up. I'm glad to hear it's trending ahead of the projections and things. And it's going to be a lot of fun here these next couple of weeks, seeing the numbers roll in, which, by the way, there's a counter right behind you over your left shoulder there. They do a good job of keeping track down the circa. So appreciate it, sir.
That's where I got the numbers from this morning.
There we go. Appreciate it, Tom. Thanks a lot.
Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
There he is, Tom Carroll, Vegas Football Proxy. Appreciate him for jumping on. And if you're interested, I highly recommend it. I know Circa's a sponsor. They have a marketing deal with us. They pay us. I get that, but I enter these contests myself. I turn around and we put the money back into these contests. It's a 100% legit deal. I'm spending my money on these contests. They're really, really fun. And I'll tell you what, after a long Saturday of watching college football, to wake up on Sunday and feel invested, you have millions of dollars on the line, even if it's a small remote chance, it's still a pretty cool deal. So sign up. We'll get you signed up. If you're interested, reach out to me. If you can make it down to Vegas for the contest weekend, that'd be great. Like I said, we take everybody out to dinner. You get to hang out with Brad Bedell and Kent Riddle, and the drinks are flowing, and it's a lot of fun. Nathan will be down there with his wife. My wife's coming down. Going to be an awesome time. Let us know if you're interested. But if you cannot make it down there, but you'd like to sign up, I can help sign you up. We can essentially take down your money and sign you up, and it would still work. But the goal would be for you to come down to Vegas and sign up yourself. Reach out, let us know, and we'll get that done. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks to Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor, and, of course, Sun Cruiser. Grab some Sun Cruisers, but we made it. Football season starts tomorrow. First official practice. We'll be live down at the practice field at 9 a.m. tomorrow, getting you set for that first practice at 10 a.m. And don't forget, 60% off. That's right, 60% off right now. It's $4.67 a month. You kidding me? For the price of a cup of coffee, $4.67 a month. Sign up right now, 60% off, BroncoNationNews.com. We'd love to have you jump in and subscribe and help us out, and that's going to do so many cool things. Again, it's a one-time fee of $56. You just pay $56, and you get a full year of Bronco Nation news coverage. We're going to have insider reports from practice, giving you our thoughts, who we liked, who we didn't like, who stood out. If you want to feel like you're at practice, watching practice, you need to jump on board right now as a paying subscriber to BNN. And those of you that already have, I think you'd all say your subscription is worth it. And if you haven't, give us a try. $56 for a year. And if you like it, great. If you don't, oh well, you're only out $56 and you got a full year recruiting coverage, analysis. But fall camp is really one of the main values you get because of all the coverage that comes out of fall camp. So subscribe now. Just go to BroncoNationNews.com, hit that join VIP button in the upper right-hand corner, and do not miss any of our coverage that starts with tomorrow's first practice of fall camp. Appreciate you guys. Go check out all of our coverage online. Go read it. Go subscribe. Give us a like and a subscription here on YouTube on your way out the door. Thank us. You're watching a free show here on YouTube, so support the sponsors. Give us that like and subscription on YouTube. Tell your friends. Help us get over 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's our next goal we're pushing for. And we will see you in the message boards. We'll be chatting on there and stuff. But more importantly, we'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow live from the first practice of Boise State Fall Camp here on Bronco Nation News. And appreciate that. Scott says, well worth it. All the 24/7 sports content you get as well. So thank you. Appreciate you for saying that, Scott. And go subscribe. And we will talk to you later. Bronco Nation News. BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody.